He understands that I would certainly not do that again. That is something that at the time, as even Director Comey said, seemed like a convenience, but it was the wrong choice.
Well, wrong choice, but this is how the polls show this. ABC, Washington Post. FBI's decision to not charge Clinton, approve 35%, disapprove 56%. Does it make you worried about what she'd do if elected president as a result of this? Worried, 57%. Not related, 39% is the next one. There you go. And outcome of this issue changed the likelihood of supporting Clinton. And there you see the breakdown. More likely, 10%, less likely, 28%, no difference, 58%. But the big one, I guess, there is the decision to not charge Monica. 56% say it was the wrong decision.
It was a mistake. Yeah, I think the American people understand and know crime and corruption when they see it. And Director Comey laying out the entire case against her, which was pretty powerful and pretty devastating against Mrs. Clinton, only to turn around and say, but we are declining to recommend charges. I think the American people see an enormous disconnect between what they know she has done and the FBI's decision, and there's a broader point here. There's a bigger disconnect which is playing into this whole election, and it's actually sweeping the Western world, which is this fundamental disconnect between the global elites, and here in the U.S., I mean the bipartisan ruling class, and everybody else. And what they're saying, which is something that the Clintons have written on for a very long time, is that they are somehow above the rules. They're too good for the rule of law, and this decision simply reinforces that.
Right. Now, the politics of this, I mean, she's obviously going to be tried in the court of public opinion, Jason, but, you know, Democrats will tell you, when is the investigation over? When they say no charges, when the Benghazi report comes out, they say this is it, right? They want it to be over. So is it over?
I don't think it's up to them whether it's over. And based on that poll, a lot of Americans don't think it should be over. Speaking of politics, though, I think Donald Trump has detected a big opening here. Playing off this poll, he's giving speeches about how he's the law and order candidate, which I think speaks not only to this issue, but also to the shootings in Dallas and so forth. Sort of reminiscent of Richard Nixon back in 1968. People see chaos out there. They want sanity brought to bear, and I'm the guy who will do that. So I think Trump sees a big opening here, and wisely so.
Philip?
I would just note there's one key point here, which is I think we're still seeing some Sandersism underlying this. 30% of Democrats agreed with the idea that it was a mistake not to charge Hillary Clinton, which is a very large number for Democrats. And I think part of that, I mean, a lot of Bernie Sanders fans, and maybe even Bernie Sanders himself, saw that as being their gateway to getting the nomination at the convention. Once that door closed, I think there still is some resentment there. I think we should also focus on that 60%. One of the things about Benghazi and the email issue that we've seen is not a lot of partisans moving or switching sides based on this. A lot of this is baked in. I'm just not sure there's a lot of repercussions.
And Bernie Sanders